Hello, hello, and welcome back to Hero Infinite. Well, I'm joined by Sleepy.
Yeah.
Come on, give me a better yeehaw than that.
Sorry. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go shoot myself.
Sleepy, playing the Lawsons. The Lawsons.
Oh my god.
Hmm?
Please. I'm not. Go ahead. I'm just looking at what Twitch is recommending me.
Oh, what, titties?
Amaranth.
What?
You don't know who Amaranth is?
Is that the person who's always doing the bikini streams and shit?
Yeah, she's doing a pool stream right now.
Yeah, she's always on the front page, and a lot of people pointed out that she's violated so many Twitch policies. But you know, as it always is, sexy women violating policies in Twitch, A-okay. But if a man has a nip slip, banned for life.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know what to do with all this new fucking Twitch drama. I'm over here like YouTube drama. Like, I'm weird with you. I don't know what the fuck is going down. Like with what is his name? Miskiff?
I don't know what drama I'm referring to.
It's happened. It's happening. All these same streamers. It's something about covering up like sexual assault shit.
Oh god, let's move on from that and not worry about that for now.
It's bad, buddy.
So we words. Where we previously left off with Lawson is that he had met the Penner brothers. Oh god, I didn't have my notes open. Do you have the names of the Penner brothers written down in front of you?
Oh no, I don't think I do. No, I don't.
Hang on, I'm getting my notes open right now. I forgot to have them open beforehand.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, but the two Penner brothers. Come on. Well, you met them, you reunited them, and they've been helping you, you know, build up your base. The logging camp, covering it in arcane runes. And you were talking about possibly digitizing the old family notes.
No, I have been. Not possibly. We have been.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just... Here we go. Notes opening. The Penner brothers are Spencer Penner and... Where's the other Penner? Why are they not right next to each other? Why are they not right next to each other?
Oh, wait, come on.
I want to say it was Alistair Penner, because that's what my brain is telling me, but I can't find him in my notes.
His name was not Alistair.
Oh god, where? Did I not write down the other Penners?
Oh god,
hold
Spencer,
on.
what was his name? They start with a K? Maybe not a K. I'm thinking Kenny, but I know it's not Kenny either.
Shit. Old man Penner, the old Penner. I know the younger one is Spencer Penner. I don't have the other Penner. See, I've been cleaning up my notes and moving them around, and I've noticed a few times I accidentally lost details in my cleaning up of the notes. You know, the ideal. Oh well. His name's Alistair Penner now.
Alistair Penner it is.
Yep, retconned. Get retconned, but it's all the time travel from Ben. That's what we blame. It's the time travel. It's the nights.
That's a really interesting way to explain it, and I like it.
Anytime there's an inconsistency, it's because a time traveler fucked up our universe.
Ben fucking Dover.
His last session was Big Bang.
Oh, hell yeah.
Bend over and Big Bang. Anyway, yeah. Oh, bumped my mic. So you reunited Alistair and Spencer Penner, two monster hunters from the 1980s. I bumped my thing again. One of whom had gotten stuck in a time loop. So Oh, and the older penner, he's sort of gone that like soft HP Lovecraft mad, where he's not like killing himself or other people mad, but like, you know, consumed by
He's got
things
the
other people.
ramblings.
Yeah, rambling and like consumed with works other people can't fathom or understand. Has he's basically been trying to create something to like measure the shit going on within the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's got a big old device that detects like dangerous occurrences in magic and reality bending shit. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Size wise, it's about the size of a basketball.
I know we're not gonna call it the beacon. We're gonna call it. What are we gonna call it?
Oh no, you can think about that. But as we open up, you know, it's been about a week since you fucking reunited them. You guys have been working on upgrading the logging company. And you've got your father here in his wheelchair. Or was he in a wheelchair? No, he wasn't. It was Alistair who's in a wheelchair. Alistair Penner. Your father is just in a limp.
No, my father is also in a wheelchair, but only for a little bit because he got fucked up by the venom. Remember?
Yeah, I think he's better now though. By this point.
Okay.
Which is totally worth mentioning. He could carry the gun again if you passed it to him and have the ghost appear.
Oh, interesting. You know what? That's like, I feel like I might be able to pull some like light Yagami level shit with that.
Well, it's not like it erases your memory.
I know, but like, still, the idea of being able to pass that in between us, like, I feel like I can pull some light Yagami level shit if I'm smart about it.
I mean, you do have the anime fuckboy energy in your character art.
Is it anime fuckboy energy?
It's definitely anime character that can fuck energy.
Oh, definitely. But I wouldn't know if it was. I don't know if it's
like,
fucking boy energy.
I don't think you would have passed the Tumblr sexy man vote. Like, I don't think you would have won, but you would have placed high.
Okay, all right. I think that's good. I think that's kind of energy.
You wouldn't have been, kill the Queen of England levels of height, but...
Jesus.
Yeah, have you not heard about that? The Tumblr sexy man battle is what killed the Queen of England?
Yeah, I think I have seen that.
She was putting all of her hope into fucking Reagan winning. When he lost, that was it for her. Sorry. I'm fucking absorbed in that shit.
I've been on Tumblr a lot recently. Dude, like I said, I've been gaming on Final Fantasy. It's been crazy.
But so, as we open... The fucking tangenting. Go hardcore tangents. As we open up...
hold on. Real quick. We can call it the occult censor.
The occult censor? Alright, yeah, that's what you've titled it. The occult censor. Which... The big thing that, like, if you remember that the Alistair Penner was freaking out about was the whole thing of, a temporal witch is a terrifyingly powerful implication behind it. Because that means that they can have a coven that transcends time.
Yep, and that's what I'm dealing with.
Yeah. So, as you guys, like, you've been setting up the base, putting arcane protections around it, like rigging up booby traps and shit. And, as we open up, do you still work a day job?
My day job was working for my dad, wasn't it?
Maybe. Oh, you got fired when you got lost in time, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
But you're also still a priest working out of a church in town, I'm assuming, right?
Oh, yeah.
So,
I don't know how that works, so I imagine it's one of those, like, I can kind of go on and run it that way. And I guess I get paid for it, but, like...
Do priests get paid to be priests?
They definitely do. They definitely do.
Hmm. Um.
Having a priest, being a priest is actually like a pretty steady fucking job. Like, I'm not even kidding. Where I grew up, the house behind us, the land was owned by the church we went to, and so we got to know the pastors that lived there, and like, it's not bad. Not a bad little. But the people they became missionaries. They went down to Africa somewhere. I've seen them. So I've seen them again. They're gone.
Huh. But anyway, let's get back on track. So I guess that's your day job now, is being a priest.
Yep.
So
do the God's work.
as we as we open up, you're basically on your way back to the cabin from having been a priest. And as you're walking,
went work to the local church or whatever.
yeah. As you're walking in, you know you had like a computer data bank that you were putting all the digitized information onto.
Right.
And you're like, you come in, you can see Spencer Penner is like setting up a thing. Your father's drawing a magic symbol somewhere, and you go up into the little like Firewatch tower, where you like have your main base, and fucking Alistair has taken a gun to the fucking computer thing.
Alistair?
He looks over.
Yeah. Alistair. What are
your it's what and what, Lawson? What are your
Daniel,
name?
Lawson, Jedediah.
Yeah. Daniel. Were you trying? He like goes over and like grabs the book to put this on a computer.
I do believe we talked about it.
Oh wait, is this a conversation we had in setting already?
It's a conversation we had in setting already.
Sorry, it's hard to remember because we had the one decanonized session.
Yeah, the conversation about us putting it in happened the end of when I got the brothers.
Oh, okay, and how like what the dangers of it were?
Yeah.
That's my bad. Okay, fuck, I mixed some things up. Sorry, for those who don't know, we had one session that was removed and decanonized for reasons we're not going to go into detail on, but yeah, that means I'm a little mixed up on what we had established and not established. So scratch that. So what was the solution you guys had come to for the problems of digitizing magic?
So the problem was that it have to be heavily encrypted.
And like purposefully hard to understand.
Basically like those games on those like, you know what I'm talking about,
ARGs.
on computers where you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, like an ARG.
Yeah, like an ARG, that's what it's called.
Getting through to the information is supposed to be intentionally esoteric, yeah.
Yeah, and it's purposely like pulled apart and put away into bits and pieces that you all basically have to have like the master key to
because
to do, which I have.
The mere act of writing magic is an incredibly dangerous thing to try and do.
Yeah, and the way you explain it, the only way to able to have it in a place where we can view it is in
a digital.
We have to do it that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
In a digital ARG that's basically just loops in on itself unless you have like specific key, like a specific key.
Because if you do things wrong, you can cause all sorts of fucked up shit to happen when digitizing magic. Because the format that magical text is written down is essential to the nature of how it works.
Right.
So, all right. As we so scratch that. Changing our opening. As we open up, you've still been building up the base like we had discussed, and Alistair's been like examining the fucking device, trying to get it to work more. And I
do want to run like an idea past or something. I thought about that I want to be doing is that I want to talk with, my dad and the Peter brothers, but I need to find somebody who can like handle searching online and shit for me. You know what I'm saying?
Because
Like,
none of these people are good with computers.
None of these people are good with computers. I have a day job. Like, I got shit I gotta do. I can't. Like, I could, but I'm not going to. Because it go against how my character is. So one thing I want to look for on the side is like, kind of like some homebody, really.
But you gotta be sure it's someone you can
like,
trust.
Yeah, someone that I can trust, and someone that's like doesn't know. Like, I'm looking specifically for someone I can trust, but also like has no friends, doesn't talk to anybody, kind of lonely. Just because
someone who can gaslight and manipulate. Got it.
Not gaslight, but it's easier that way because they're not gonna. Yeah, there's less opportunities for the what they're doing for me to get out.
Yeah,
and I'm trying to be a little secretive about it because I don't know what I'm going up against.
Yeah, and more people knowing that supernatural things are real means more people doing fucked up occult shit.
Yeah, which means more problems for me, which is not what I want. But I just want them. What I want to hire them to do is to look online for anything occult that's happening. And being able to draw resources to give me maps, basically being like a sort of secretary.
Yeah, so far you guys have been sort of having to do that on your own and semi-teaching the others how things work. Fucking Spencer's mind is blown by how modern internet works. Because,
Oh yeah, I'd imagine he's
when he was around, it was like barely.
It didn't exist.
Yeah. It existed exclusively in laboratories run by the military.
Yeah, it was a completely unknown concept to him, and now it's like the biggest thing.
Al Gore hadn't made it yet.
Yeah.
So as we open up, like you've been working like trying to figure out and learn some of like how this stuff works, and we're actually gonna give you a new power. Along with that,
goals.
Occult knowledge.
I got you.
So basically, you roll an extra die on topics relating to the occult. Whenever you can take your time typing that. Oh yeah, a thing I would recommend actually. You have the title for all of them, Gunslinger Power. I'd recommend changing them. Well, not now, but later. I didn't realize this till just now that you did it. Like military background, that should be the title at the top. That way we can find the cards quickly by hovering over them. Because when you hover over them, it only shows their title. At first. We can worry about that later. So as you've been like talking with them, learning occult, you've basically been learning like little ways to counter occult and deal with it and stuff. Because Lawson has more so been a monster hunter, not so much someone who deals with occult, like old Ghost Lawson.
Yeah, this is not like, this is kind of not up as alleyway.
Yeah. And like the Penners, that's sort of what they were dealing with when Spencer Penner went missing. And then Alistair had to go in and learn more of it all on his own, which was a fucky time for him.
Yeah, but he's also like not the best teacher, I bet.
Yeah. It's clear that learning the occult has taken its fucking toll on him.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
And so he explains that he one of the things he started to explain is a thing he's been trying to figure out more about. And what he's realized is like most of these entities, like the more powerful of occult entities, come from another plane. A plane where like the dark magic dwells, and because he's referred to it as the dark realm or the dark plane.
Okay, the dark plane. Like
this is where the demonic entities that witches communicate with live. Like that they contact these entities from the dark plane, and these creatures lend them their magic, and this is a plane that like he doesn't fully understand because he's obviously not looked into it or anything, but like he's been able to figure out.
We don't want to go down the same like rabbit hole the witches have.
But he has to trace along that in order to understand what he's dealing with, in order to learn symbols that hold it back and things like that.
Oh yeah, of course.
One very consistent piece of imagery that he's discovered is the inverted triangle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, an upside down triangle, and the counter to that is to either have an upright triangle or to overlap it with an upright triangle. You know.
Okay.
All
right.
So that's like ways to like reverse the negative imagery of the triangle, and of course there's the fucking devil star, the fucking what's it called?
I know what you're talking about. God, what is it called?
Upside down star for devils.
Yeah, it's is it David's? Not David's star.
Oh, I don't remember what it's called now. God, I'm drawing a blank, but you know what I mean. Evil star symbol.
Yeah,
amongst dozens of other like for the most part, or that one is actually like specifically tied to the demonic entity Bahamut.
Mm-hmm.
Bahamut. I'm not sure I'm saying that right, but different demonic entities would have specific symbols and would be called on using those different symbols. And the Dark Realm is like in all likelihood where most of your threats are going to be coming from. So he's been trying to teach you like the counters to all of these individual symbols, because every single one of these symbols would have their own individual counter to them.
Okay, so I have a sort of idea to like a thing to run past you. I'm definitely gonna have to delve into the cult to learn how to deal with some of this stuff. So I kind of like also want to look into like being able to make like not like potions and shit, but like I guess like potions that like shit I can like I'm not sure how to explain it, but like
quick use items that weaken creatures.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I'm
things
about,
like like a vial containing garlic water.
Yeah, or like a bag or like a little like pouch with salt or something, you know?
Yeah, or a sack of like witchbane.
Yeah, and like just kind of like having like that stuff, like having like belts and like stuff on my body, and having like those there for quick grab when I need it. I think I want to like.
I'm gonna say you have XP right now, right?
I do. I can make.
We can either wait until likely next session, or I can give you a power right now that another player has. Hold on.
No way.
Prep
Somebody
work.
else already got a pocket theory power? Oh.
Prep work. Basically, the way this is gonna work, if you want to read that,
okay.
So you got.
Oh wow! Okay, I like that a lot. That's pretty cool. Definitely, yeah. I'm taking prep work. I don't even have to like say anything else. I'll take it. How much for it?
1 hero point.
All right, have it.
So I'm just looking at a thing, or 1 XP or advancement point. That's the word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe it does just start with 15. What'd you do with it? Oh, you just threw it off the table.
I threw it off the table. Yeah.
I got it.
Trash. It had to go.
So, all right. With that established, so yeah, that's a thing you've been looking into. So you basically now have like a utility pouch of occult and monster hunting stuff, and we can sort of assume you treat it like a Batman's utility belt until it runs out of points. Yeah. Then we assume that you've used up the stuff you had on you.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
But yeah. So he's been trying to get his thing to attune with like dark world portals and other things like that, and a lot of his stuff's been thrown through the loop with things like the giant kaiju battle that happened in the city about a week ago.
Yeah. Also, another thing. Let's say something about it. While he's looking into that, can he look into I guess like occult ways to track and can confuse like symbols or I don't know if it's spells stuff I can use like the pouch for.
So a thing he would mention is we should avoid learning spells and rituals. We don't want to learn how to do these. We want to learn how to undo these, because we don't want to go down the dangerous path and use the enemy's tools.
Well,
You know.
I'm imagining that not everything in cult is inherently evil. You know.
Alistair, oh, excuse me, brother and saliva. Alistair 100% disagrees.
Okay.
And like he basically
You
has
know
a firm
what?
stance of like, if you try to learn magic, he will view you as a threat and he will try and stop you. Like,
You know what?
he
I'm
understands
gonna
this. The
defer
kind of,
to his expertise. You know what? I defer to his expertise.
like, and he says this in a way that feels almost like he's speaking from experience in a way.
Oh, like I imagine, you know, this man's been through some shit.
Yeah.
I learned. I feel like my character
I'd-
definitely learned in some military time. There's times when even like when you've experienced something and it's something that if you had the opportunity to, you should experience.
Mhm.
And if he's saying it like that, hard pass. Yeah, it's not. Never
And-
mind.
It's worth mentioning at a certain point to, when you're interacting, like, because he's now like basically living here with you guys.
Mhm.
You would definitely have a moment where you would catch him, like, you know, like getting on his shirt after changing or something, and his body underneath his clothes is like riddled in ritualistic tattoos.
Crazy. All right. Wild.
This old man covered in strange symbols.
Look, I know Alistair's in a wheelchair right now. He's kind of just support, but I bet this motherfucker can throw down if he wants to.
Yeah.
No way he's lived his long being who he is, doing what he does, without being that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Hold on, I'm looking up what a thing is called real fast. Oh god, there are these things that are made up of a bunch of rings that are used to track stars and stuff. What is it called?
Let's see. Hold on. What? Like astrology?
Yeah. It's like a series of rings that fold out and form a sphere. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my god, yeah, 1 second.
But I'm trying
Oh
to
my
think of what the
God.
term to search for it is.
It's fuck.
Oh god. Oh, here we go. They are
Gyrosphere.
called what?
Gyrosphere.
Gyrosphere. The device he has is very similar to a gyrosphere. The occult or the- sorry.
Gyrosphere.
It's very similar to a gyrosphere.
Might
You
have
know.
different- Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. The thing I was looking for was called an astronomical sphere ring, or it's an astronomical sphere or a gyrosphere. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, gyrosphere.
It's similar to that, but it's like way more rings and way more symbols, and what it's like,
It's got some wild shit.
it's always
does it
very
like when it's going off? Does it like expand and like glow and more
So-
shit comes out of nowhere and starts going crazy?
You've seen it activate before. Have you seen it activate
Yeah.
before?
I have. I think I did. It was.
You haven't yet,
Yeah, I did.
because that was in the non.
Oh no. Yeah,
that was
you're
in the
right.
non-canon session, I think. So he's been
But
having.
did it happen at the end of the when I first met him? Maybe it didn't. I don't remember.
I don't remember. God, yeah, that's the problem with a decanonized session. So in its passive state, it always has all of the rings like turning and spinning in different ways, which he assures you are like tracking various things, celestial bodies, ley lines, like natural arcane occurrences. And it's when it starts going wild is when you need to be worried, because that's when a rift to somewhere else has been opened.
And that's what we're looking for.
Yeah. And there's totally been times where where like parts of it have fucking flipped around. In fact, in particular, this is a thing that he's talked about has stressed him out to no end, is the time one. The one that specifically is used to like understand our linear flow of time. Every now and again will just suddenly like flip, or like spin super fast for a second, but never for more than a short amount of time. And he doesn't know why. But now he's pretty sure he does. It's the witch casting time spells.
Interesting.
And the reason it's such a short window of time that it occurs is because she's only doing it for a second. You know? It's not like it's a persistent flowing of time changing. It's just a quick burst of it happening.
So right now, since it's not long enough for us to have any, and we don't really even have a way to track it when it happens. Right now, we're looking for events that happen at the same time.
Exactly.
Or the same window.
With any luck, you guys may have scared her away from Misty Pines, at least during this window of temporal placement. You know? But, like, the big fucking fear thing he has is, like, you know, what's to stop her from just going back and smothering you guys in your cribs? You know? But she obviously hasn't yet, because if she has, you would already be gone, so she doesn't.
Yeah. I'm just gonna kind of like look at us and be like, you know, that's a very good point. But, you know, just exactly as you said it, every day she hasn't done it is another day I have another chance to stop whatever she's doing. So rather than worry about it, let's try and...
He had a potential working theory that she couldn't go back in time from before the first time she traveled through time, but the fact that what you guys experienced in the forest proves that wrong. The fact that you, like, you know...
Yeah, because she could have gone back and killed me, like...
And you guys saw, like, prehistoric times for a brief moment, and things like that when you were thrown around.
Ooh, which, I wonder... There's a lot of theories we could have.
That switches his theory that what if she's not controlling it well? And that's his biggest hope, is that she hasn't figured it out. Because if she had figured it out, you guys would all be gone already. You know? Like, if she already figured it out, she would rule the world. Simple as that. You know?
Yeah.
And but the fact that she hasn't figured it out means she'll never figure it out. Like, I'm covering sort of rough conversations you guys would have had for a long chunk of time. This isn't like one strict linear conversation, I suppose. Because I guess I'm not flowed into that mindset yet.
That's all good. I'm thinking about it. I'm putting pieces together in my brain.
Like, fucking... Yeah, but, like, Spencer would have been like, the fact that she hasn't figured it out must mean that she's never figured it out then, right? And Alistair's basically like, I don't know, maybe there's no forward time travel beyond our current point in time, but he has no way to know that because he doesn't know how any of this works, because it shouldn't be possible.
Well, I imagine if she can go through time, she's got to have some sort of anchor. Something that keeps her from getting lost in it, maybe? And if we can find that, maybe we can just throw her into the time stream somewhere and she'll die? Or maybe she'll get thrown somewhere randomly in time.
And that might fuck us even more. We need to find a way to trap her for sure, if there is an anchor.
We need to find a way to kill her.
Well, yeah, if we can kill her for sure. But if she can travel through time, we may never have a chance, you know? So, kill, and we need to look at two ways to kill and to trap, I think. Because if we can't do one, we need to do the other. Because
before we can do any of those, we need to also know how to find her consistently.
Yeah, exactly. And plus, if we can't figure out a way to kill her, we can't figure out a way to trap her, we can trap her and then figure out a way to kill her, you know?
Either way, Misty Pines is sort of where we need to be.
Oh yeah, that's definitely the first place.
This is where all of the arcane energy is condensing. It's where it's all coalescing.
And it's where she was last time. And where the Wendigo was. And where the magic circle was. I just imagine like Jedediah is just. I feel like half the time Jedediah is in like a chibi form, just like on my shoulder.
Oh my god. I
Like
don't know.
that's how I imagine him a lot in my brain, and it's like I'm just like a little cowboy, just like cross shoulders with like little like thing of hay, just going like, yep, just fucking I don't know.
Jesus, I love it. Totally not tonally out of sync with everything else.
I know it's just. But imagine like as a ghost, he kind of just becomes whatever, you know.
I don't think that's how ghosts work in this setting.
I'm that's fine.
Ghosts
it's
have
my headcanon, so
yeah, you can headcanon it that way, but I'm just gonna say canonically, ghosts are physically and appearing how they always are. I'm just saying if we ever have to play it like as a hard mechanic rule, it's like no, he looks the way he does.
oh yeah, I imagine like as a hard mechanic, definitely.
Yeah,
It's a soft mechanic. It's funny.
yeah, exactly. So, but as you guys are like having all these conversations and figuring things out, the what'd you call it again? The occult
sensor.
The occult sensor. A bunch of the wheels on it start like spinning out and going wild, and fucking Alistair just swings over and starts looking at it.
All right.
That's not good.
The work. Uh oh. What does that mean?
That means a portal's opening up to the Dark Realm.
Okay. All right. All right. So, what do we know?
He's sitting there looking at it's a consistently held one. And it's happening here in the Misty Pines. With the way it's being held, I think that means that something from the Dark Realm is holding a position here right now. Creatures from that world can't remain here. Not unless they maintain a constant link between our worlds and theirs.
Alright, okay. Okay. So it's in the Misty Pines for sure.
Within the Misty Pines district, meaning either the forest or the nearby town. The Misty Pines is the name of the forest, and then there's it's the name of the forest, and there's the Misty Pines suburbs.
Yeah, I understand. Alright, in that case, where's Spencer at?
He's here with you.
Okay, cool. Like, I'm just gonna look over Spencer and be like, alright, Spencer, I have a plan.
And your plan is?
Take your motorcycle, and I want you to hit the suburbs, and I'm going to take my truck, and I'm going to hit the forest, and we'll be on the phone with each other, and whoever finds something first says something.
I'll see if I can't make more sense of the readings off this and try and identify where this thing could be.
Yeah,
but it's definitely within the region of our ley lines.
All right. Yeah, so I imagine I just kind of like have a call going with them three.
Yeah.
All right, or them two, us three.
So you guys set off, and meanwhile your father is like, I'll start trying to see if I can find anything being talked about online.
All right, perfect. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, since my dad's gonna know how to use the internet the best, huh?
Not very well, but that's what he can do.
He can scroll through Facebook. All right.
You mean the like Cerulean Connect?
Cerulean Connect, everybody. Off-brand meta.
You say that? It's... So we have two big tech moguls in setting. There's Ruben Vermeer, who is basically what Elon Musk likes to pretend he is.
So he's Tony Stark.
I am... kind of.
Yeah, he's Tony Stark, right? I got you.
And then there's, oh god, I forget the name of the guy, but the guy in charge of Cerulean Industries, who is, he's kind of like the Lizard Man, who we all know of, without to not drop actual names, but worse. Yeah, or I shouldn't word it like that, because like that's going to
Mark Zuckerberg.
Their company is like a fucking it's if Microsoft it's like if Microsoft, EA, and Facebook all fused is what his company is like.
That's disgusting.
They create social media networks, they create phones, they create smart cars, they create military technology, they create household appliances. Meanwhile, Vermeer Industries creates, vehicles, household appliances. It it runs basically the Bing of this universe, the search engine nobody wants to use. But everybody uses Vermeer maps because Vermeer maps are very good because they have better satellites. That's what Vermeer maps is, what you would be using to try and map things out in this setting.
Oh yeah, Vermeer maps.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we have Vermeer Industries and Cerulean Innovations are like the two huge tech companies of the setting. And then separate from those, there's also Vermeer Pharmaceuticals and Vermeer Automotive, which are separate companies from Vermeer Industries and are owned by a different individual who shares the same last name.
That's a little odd.
It's the guy's father. The father of Vermeer Industries owns Vermeer Motors and Vermeer Pharmaceutical.
I understand. It's a rich family right there.
What?
It's a rich family.
Exactly. The father is basically the fucking, or the grandfather of the family is basically the Ford of this universe. In fact, Lawson would even from his time know the name Vermeer because, like I said, Vermeer's invented the first cars.
All right. Instead of driving a Ford, you drive a Vermeer.
Instead of the Model T, it was the Model V.
Hey, I imagine that the it would be really funny if just like if the accents were switched in this world, where the North was South and the South was North.
That would be too hard to keep
the
consistent.
Events just played out like just flipped. I think it'd be funny, but like I understand.
Yeah, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm generally trying to avoid making wide sweeping changes to history. I gotta keep my voice down though, because it's almost 1 a.m.
Joke's on you, it's almost midnight. I can be loud as I want.
Well, I got housemates that I give a fuck about.
So do I, just nobody's here.
So, anyway, back on track. We are at almost an hour in. So,
oh, perfect, yeah.
As you, you go off and you're searching the forest, give me a Monster Hunter, give me a check that is aided by Monster Hunter or...
And outdoorsman.
Yes, and occult will also help.
And occult, so the 4.
4 dice, yes.
So I gotta roll 4 dice?
You roll your 5 plus 4 bonus, so 1, 2, 3, 4. The better you... Oh god, you haven't done your own rolls before. Sorry, this is the first time you're doing your own rolls. Yeah. There we go. The higher you roll, the more information you gather as you're searching the forest, essentially.
And they're gone! 2 points!
So, anything that is a 3 through a 2 through 4, just get rid of it. This is your first time doing your own rolls, so I'm letting you... You got rid of it all.
Okay, how do I bring it back?
Hang on.
Okay, alright.
Hang on.
Let's not do that again. Let's not do that.
Don't delete the white dice, only delete blue dice.
Bye.
The white dice just toss aside. Oh, that was a... Hang on, that was a 10.
That was a 0.
There we go.
That was a 10? Oh, that's a 10?
Yeah, 0 is a 10.
Oh, hold on. Then I need to keep this over here. Okay.
And then these two. So the 10 is a bursting success, so you get to roll another die. Go ahead and roll one of your whites. Oh,
Fuck
1. That is a crashing failure, so it destroys the 10.
Fuck you, stupid fucking
That's
guys.
4 successes. With 2 being average, you rolled pretty fucking good.
That could have been 6.
It could have been 5. So, as you're going through the forest, you're trying to, figure some things out, and, Lawson starts to get they're both Lawson. Jedediah starts to get a weirdly familiar chill. And at a certain point, some fog is going, and you realize what appears to be you see what appears to be some hoof prints in the ground.
But I do want to say I imagine as well that for the most part Jedediah is going to be on me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Like you two are fused.
It's just gonna we're fused, right?
Oh, I just realized I should give you a major action and minor action thing for. There we go, for your other form.
Yeah, I get 2 of them, baby.
Yee. So he's getting like a chill and a familiar feeling, and when you see some hoof prints in the ground, you realize you've encountered this before.
Oh no! I was also gonna say prep work. I didn't get a chance for that, did I? It's too late.
Oh no! You don't need to call out what you're getting ahead of time for prep work. The idea is that you just are able to bullshit pull things out of your asshole.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, understand.
Like Adam West Batman with his bat belt.
Okay, all right.
You conveniently have shark repellent.
Oh, conveniently have shark repellent. All right, I got you.
So, which fun fact wasn't actually on the belt, but carried inside of the bat chopper. But
what do you know?
Trivia and autism, they go together well.
Ollie.
What?
Ollie. Nothing. Just continue.
So,
an odd fact to know, man.
the Jedediah has he has the realization of this is something he's encountered before that he failed to capture. See, there's a myth of Misty Pines.
Oh fuck.
The Headless Horseman of Misty Pines.
Fuck off. No. Alright.
It's said that every 10 years a Headless Horseman appears and terrorizes the same family.
What family?
They are hold on, what's their name? Give me a second. Sorry. I'm looking in notes now because I had notes on this and I keep closing my notes like a fucking fool. The Crane family. The Crane. What?
Okay, no. I was just about to say, Crane family ain't gonna have to worry about it no more.
Yeah, the Crane family is they're part of like some of the colonial families that came here, and the legend goes that Ichabod Crane, one of the old members of the family, he's a
founding father essentially.
Well, I wouldn't call it, say, U.S. founding father, but they're from the colonial era, and it's said that.
Well, I'm not saying he's a founding father. He's basically the founding father of the family. He started it.
Yeah, but the myth goes that he had, in a fit of rage, beheaded a person who slept with his lover, and ever since that day, the vengeful spirit haunts. Yeah. Nothing. I realized we were doing.
Kill that.
Ever since that day, the Crane family have been haunted by the spirit of this unnamed individual whose name has been lost to time. Now, of course, the Crane family insists that this is a myth, that they're innocent, and that there's no evidence that an event like this occurred. It's just an old fucking myth that got levied on their family. Nowadays, you're not really sure what the deal is with the Crane family, if there are even any around, but you do know that Lawson only a few years after he had died, had encountered this entity, the headless horseman of Misty Pines, specifically helping to protect a crane from it. You know? But he had failed to defeat the creature before it vanished into the night.
Alright. So Daniel, oh, not Daniel, Jedediah's gonna go. Daniel, be on your guard. I've fought this before and I've lost. Tell Alistair it's the Dullahan of Misty Pines. And Daniel's gonna go.
Communicate that.
Yeah, he's gonna go. He's like, okay, and he's gonna pull out his gun and make sure it's loaded and everything, and then at the same time go, Spencer, it's here with me. It's called, and then they go, no, Alistair. It's called the Dullahan of Misty Pines. Apparently, Jedediah has met it before. And
Dullahan.
Yep. I know what that is. He said.
What
that is? So sorry. Daniel goes. I know what a Dullahan is.
Do you know the history of what a Dullahan is? Actually, I guess you do know what a Dullahan is because you rolled good enough. You would know a Dullahan. I think this is something he would have learned after the fact. In his first encounter, he assumed it was a ghost. He's now learned that they're not ghosts, but otherworldly entities. It's sort of like a demon, but not quite.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They are vengeful entities. They usually appear as like a curse on a bloodline, either put there by a person or just through some other means. There's all sorts of ways you can get the ire of a Dullahan. But they aren't spirits. They are fully physical entities. And they are, as far as anybody knows, unkillable. They rarely occur, usually only appearing at night and under specific conditions. In this case, it's the legend says every 10 years. But a Dullahan can only appear once every 100 years for a fortnight.
Huh.
They are incapable of crossing rushing water. So, rushing water meaning water that moves at a substantial pace. So, like, a little babbling brook isn't enough, and a still body of water isn't enough. It needs to be, like, moving water.
So, is there anything like that here in the woods?
Well, you know that Misty Pines itself has a couple of rivers that run through it, and it has an entire, like... The Misty Pines area got its like really big like standout name because a lot of the surrounding evergreen trees are like the forests are a lot of variety, but Misty Pines is an entire forest of exclusively pine trees that are like cut off from the rest of everything else by a large river. That same river then
Is that the only river that's be enough?
No, several other rivers run through the area, but like this river is like famous, the Misty Pines River as it's known. It splits into two different rivers that basically wrap around the entirety of the discordant like districts. Area. Which Alistair would actually
style. I get it.
Alistair would actually directly mention that this river creates the ley line path that makes this region distinct from others.
Okay, alright.
So this is another thing that you will have learned is ley lines create, lines and crossways where power forms, but the space between ley lines are known as ley regions, and Discordant City and Misty Pines collectively make up two connected ley regions with a ley line running between them. And like,
so I guess it's like at a super ley line, like super magic area.
Well, yes, the Misty Pines area is like, for reasons he's yet to determine, drawing in large amounts of magic energy.
Okay.
So knowing what I know about a Dullahan, I'm going to talk to Spencer and go. So what I know about a Dullahan, few things. The biggest thing is that they're apparently unkillable, but are weak to rushing water. So I think what we might want to do is try and push it towards one of a river that's
It's not weak to it. It literally can't cross a rushing river.
it can't cross.
Remember when you were fighting the witch and you stepped through a barrier and Lawson was separated from, or Jedediah was separated from you? And it's as if he was touching an invisible wall? That's what rushing rivers act like to a Dullahan.
Okay, so we need to. Well, I mean, it's better to go there anyway for the fight in case we lose.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we'll be able to swim, right? Yeah, we'll be alright.
Mm-hmm.
We want to push it to a river anyway because if it's backed against the wall, it'll be easier. I mean, you know what they say, a back, animal in a corner, but at the same time, backed against the wall.
Nowhere to run.
Gotta give it your it's final chance. Powers in your hands. Two worlds collide on the inside. Why is the Bakugan theme song really appropriate for this right now?
I'm gonna give you a hero point.
Ollie, why is it so appropriate right now?
I've never watched Bakugan.
Dude, really?
Nope.
Backed against the wall. Gotta give it your this is your final stand.
Anyway,
the powers in your hand, two worlds collide. That's literally the only part I remember, dude. That's all I remember.
So, some more info on the Dullahan though is a Dullahan. They're a headless. So they are a headless man. They carry their head in their hand, which has a smile. They have a mouth that looks like a smile and runs literally from ear to ear. The corners of the mouth meet at the ears, and it carries its head by the hair. In the place where its head would normally be on the body is instead a spewing spiritual fire. And in its other hand, it will wield its spine, which has been fashioned into a spiked whip.
It doesn't have a spine.
The spine has been removed from its body and its head. And lastly, its horse is also headless. And it has...
that's bizarre. That's new. I've never seen that. Okay.
So, according to some myths, Dullahans pull carts, but you know that this Dullahan does not.
Okay. Alright.
The Dullahan of Misty Pines, you've seen it, and it's like it has all the other traits that I already mentioned, and it wears like a suit of like leather spiked black armor and has a long flowing black cape. Its horse is midnight black, its hair is black, its skin is like ghastly pale.
Now, alright. Oh god.
A thing you have discovered is that while myths say that a Dullahan can't be killed. But if you can separate its head, spine, and body from each other, it'll become helpless. Because it needs its head to see, and it needs its spine to attack. And if you can dismount it, that's even more, because then it won't be able to maneuver as well. Basically, you want to separate all of its pieces from each other, and keep them separate if you can. Now, you don't know if this has ever been done, but people say that's a thing you can do. So, some myths even say that if you can get a Dullahan if you can get a Dullahan's head away from it, you can make it bargain with you for its head back.
Alright. I'm getting ideas. I have a question. Will I have blessed some shotgun shells for Spencer?
You didn't establish it beforehand, so I'm gonna say you will need to spend a prep point to say you did.
Prep point. Alright, I'm fine with that.
Alright, one prep point down. He's got a bunch of blessed shotgun shells.
Perfect. The plan. I'm going to try and do two things, because I'm definitely going to meet this Dullahan first, probably, right?
Definitely, probably.
definitely try and take out the horse's legs first.
All right.
And then go for the whip. Or maybe because I don't want to. I'm gonna wait for Spencer to get here, so he can rock up and hopefully hit the Dullahan square in the chest and take him off the horse.
All right. So
Or
in the
just take the
meantime,
horse, or like.
are you
then,
gonna
like,
start
if
tracking
I'm-
his footsteps?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have other plans for if things go wrong, but this is the plan for now.
All right. So you want to track it but remain out of sight is the idea.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get out my truck. I'm actually gonna let Jedediah go in front of me and scout for me.
All right. Give me a tracking check using any of your normal dice, and I'm gonna have you roll with an advantage.
Let's see here. Master Monster Hunter, Outdoorsman. Probably a cult, right?
Yeah. No, because this is just tracking. A cult
Three,
isn't gonna help with the tracking process.
So and then I get an advantage, so I get 4 anyway.
Yeah, but the advantage die, if the advantage
Oh,
die
it's a
rolls
different color.
yes, if it rolls a 1, it's just treated as a normal failure. Don't forget the way you can spend star points in the upper left. Some things can only be done before you roll. Oh yeah, I should say, if you hover over the card for a moment, you can hit Alt to read the card, but if you hover over it, a full written explanation will appear if you wait a moment without hitting Alt.
Okay, I see that. That's all right. 1 second. Make a scene change. I see, and then retcon events. That's based on what on. That's price set by the director. I understand. Okay.
Alright, but yeah, so you go ahead and roll, and I'm gonna roll basically for how good the Dullahan is at covering its own tracks. Oh fuck, no, I'm trying to...
So I'm gonna spend 2 points.
To get 2 more dice.
Hold on. So can I do the dice break beforehand as well? I have to do that beforehand?
That's when you do afterward, the ignore dice break.
Afterward? Oh, okay.
Yes.
These are my hero points.
Yeah. So gain advantage die is done beforehand. Ignore disadvantage is done beforehand. Ignore dice break is done after. Reroll action is done after. Gain success is done after. And gain bonus action is separate from doing rolls.
It's just common sense. Alright, cool.
It's basically you're paying to get back a major action that you used already. To refill your major action. Alright. Are you buying anything?
I did.
Oh. Oh, okay, I see, because you pulled out 2 dice.
Well, yeah, but I was going to use this one in case I had a dice break. That's why it said no.
Okay, I'd say leave it in your bag for now, but yeah, if you want to leave it sitting out, go ahead.
Yeah, because I'm going to put it back in case I need to. That's what she said.
Dude, they rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes and 2 breaks. So I have 3 successes.
This is a 3. This is a 3. This is a 4. This is a 5. Is 5 okay? Or is that a
5 is a fail.
5's a fail.
So you got 2 bursts. One is a golden die and one is a blue die. So go ahead and roll these 2 dice here. Because you're already succeeding, but now we're seeing if you crit. Another gold.
I do because of the gold.
Go ahead and roll again.
So I already have more than what that fucker has.
You could get a double degree crit.
That's a 2.
So, a critical success, okay. So, you begin following the tracks of the horse for quite some time. Occasionally you'll see like little marks on a tree from its whip grazing the tree, you know?
Alright.
And you soon find yourself, or you realize it's moving towards the town.
Oh.
You know, but you also...
I want to be updating Spencer on it.
Yeah. But you also know, given the local geography, it will be hitting a river, and it can't, like, there should be a river separate, like, tracing out local geography in your mind, you realize it's stuck in a forested section where there would be rivers on all sides. Which would potentially explain why there hasn't been a sighting of this thing in years. Because fucking one of the rivers that exists now is a man-made one.
Oh, yeah.
So, odds are, way back in the day, the rivers would have, like the river not being here, it would have been able to appear in the forest, come into town, and cause havoc. But now, it appears in the woods, tries to get to town, and it would be hindered by rivers. Which would explain why it didn't appear in the... because it appeared in the 1800s, and Lawson went against it. Wait, was it 1800s when Lawson died, or was it 1900s?
1800s. So it was early. It was 1918 when Daniel Lawson or Jedediah Lawson died.
He died in 1918? Oh, which means the thing wouldn't have appeared again till now. His encounter with it was its last time surfacing, because they only appear every 100 years for a fortnight.
Perfect, bro.
So this is its second appearance since when it last appeared.
Alright.
Its first appearance would have been all the way traced back to the 1700s, meaning it's only appeared 4 times, counting this.
4?
1700s, 1800s, 1900s, and the 20s. The 2010s. Oh no, yeah, it would have appeared 1 time in the 2010s, because now we're in the 2020s. What am I saying? Yeah, alright. By the way, this is always a thing worth mentioning. Hard dates are not actually canonical anymore. Ignore if I say a specific hard date. So if we're in 2030 when you're watching this, we're in the 2030s and it's appeared an additional time. Floating timeline. Anyway.
Did you turn off drawing?
I did not. It just said in the chat, Sleepy has erased all vector lines.
It's not letting me draw. Let me change colors.
I think you hit a button that deleted all your lines.
No, I did that on purpose.
I can draw.
I'm so confused. It's not letting me draw.
Well, shit.
So, it's okay. I give up.
I'm sorry, sweet summer child. Anyway, but yeah, you realize like it's basically moving in on a river on its own, and you actually get like Jedediah actually sees it. Like you see it up ahead, galloping through the forest, a thick fog blanketing the area around it, which will actively hinder your sight and actions, because it can use the fog to its advantage.
Can I see where the fog's coming from?
The fog is just ambiently magically occurring due to its presence.
Alright, sick. So can Jedediah in ghost form hurt it?
Yes, because this entity exists both for the corporeal and incorporeal, and therefore can see both.
Okay, good to know. So I just want Jedediah to stay out of sight and keep following it.
A thing I should mention is when the 2 of you are fused, the damage of your gun is doubled.
Okay, alright.
Because he carries a ghost gun, you carry a physical gun. Your gun can only affect the physical, his gun can only affect the spiritual. But when they're fused, your gun can affect both and does double damage.
Yeah. Okay, alright, I like it.
And I'm just gonna quickly just gonna for when it's necessary. So are you just gonna camp out and watch the thing till you get Spencer on hand?
Yeah.
If you had failed to check
until I feel like I have to do something to stop the Dullahan.
If you had failed your check, the spirit would have showed up before Spencer could have showed up to help in any way. but now you have Spencer on hand. Mechanically, Spencer is a character you will have full command over, and he acts on the same turn as you and your two Lawsons.
Alright.
So you can basically treat him as an extension of you. He has Monster Hunter training. He's physically fit. So certain situations he'll get bonus dice, and I have stats on the side here.
Perfect.
So, basically, it would gallop, it would hit the river, it would start galloping along the river, trying to find a spot where the river, ends, where it can get across it. It would come to a place where it meets another corner of a river, and it would be preparing to turn another direction when you can hear the sound of a motorcycle in the distance, which would garner its attention as well.
Alright, immediately, Jedediah's gonna come from where he's hiding.
So,
I'm gonna be pulling up.
Real quick, let me draw some of the scenario for you.
Okay.
You've got, this is one of the major, rivers of Misty Pine. It's a very big... What the fuck just happened?
My bad.
You hit the back button, I'm guessing?
Yeah, my bad.
So, one of the major rivers of Misty Pines. Boop, 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 boop. This is a river that's going to be very rough to maneuver through. And then there's the man-made river, which is a much more minor river. This is one that you could actually probably wade through without too much trouble, just getting slightly slowed down. And hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and oh no, wait, I have some things up here. That's right, I made a sack for this. This is... Boop, boop, boop. I realize how thick I made this river. Hold on, I'm gonna reduce the size of this river. These tokens are going to represent you as well as the... fucking thing. So, in terms of zones, because there's combat zones, everything here is one zone. On this side of the river is one zone. This thick river is a zone in and of itself, and this side of the river is its own zone. Make sense?
Okay.
Moving from one zone to another is a minor action.
So these two are me and Jedediah, and then this one is...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, hang on, so... So the white one is Jedediah, the yellow one is Human You, the black one is the Headless Horseman, and the orange one over here, it represents, Spencer was his name, right?
Yeah, Spencer's his name.
You having fun?
Shut up.
Did you just tell me to shut up?
Yeah.
Oh no, it appears you have 5 disadvantage.
Oh no. Oh no, it looks like the Dullahan Institute. You will not time to come up with a new character. Anyway. So. Are you ready?
Arm in chat, headless, what a sad existence. Hets the man a D stat.
Get the man a D stat.
What?
Get the man a D stat.
Oh, because he gets no head.
Yeah.
Right. Well, he carries his head in his hand, meaning he can suck his own dick. So,
He can skull fuck himself.
Currently the
Does that make
Dullahan...
him a bottom or a top if he skull fucks himself?
I mean, when you masturbate, are you a bottom or a top?
I guess it depends on what you're masturbating to.
So is he getting off to fucking his own face or sucking his own dick?
Yeah, that's really the question.
That's
which one?
But anyway, the Headless Horseman is currently unaware of your presence. So meaning you sort of can surprise him with the first round.
Do I have a
by
good
the
shot
way,
on the stage
those-
from where I'm at?
By the way, those of you who watched, if you're watching on Twitch, Arm's session from earlier this week, and if you're watching on YouTube, Arm's session from last week, and are wondering, wait, what happened to the AP system? Through more playtesting, I've had more feedback tell me it's a negative attribute than I had received saying it was a positive attribute previously. Sorry, I was just saying that for people watching the stream.
No problem.
There's a new mechanic that was first introduced in ARM stream that I had been getting positive feedback on, but immediately after the first time I used it in stream, I started getting a lot of negative feedback from the same people who were giving the positive feedback.
Like, oh, it was cool at first, now it's shit.
I mean, basically, it was like, oh, it felt really fun at first, but the more it's used, the more it feels like it's bogging things down compared to the old system. I think it was more so it was the, ooh, fancy new thing, exciting, but then once it set in, people were like, the old way was better.
Yep. Alright.
Yeah, so, what is your
How close
plan?
can I get?
Depends on what you're trying to do.
Alright. So I want to get close enough where I got a good shot on the head.
Alright. Are you gonna try and fuse and shoot it, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna fuse and I'm gonna shoot it.
Alright. I'm gonna say fusing is a minor action.
That's fine. Flip one of them bad boys.
It is a minor action for both of your forms.
You can flip both of them bad boys.
Alright.
Alright. And then I'm going to, I definitely want to brain this guy twice. How many times can I get advantage die?
Hey, you can buy as many as you want. I will say, because you're catching him by surprise, you're automatically getting 1 advantage. And he's rolling with just 5 dice rather than his normal 7.
Well, if I'm gonna have to use dice. I'm gonna have to use separate dice each time.
I'm sorry. Also, the fog puts you at a disadvantage. The disadvantage will automatically eat one of your successes.
So here, go ahead.
This is just for your first roll.
Taking no disadvantage.
All right.
Since I've got candy, this is just gonna be for my first one. I'm gonna roll 5 dice.
The difference between rolls is how much damage you deal. Damage is capped at 5 before we add the weapon. So you can deal a maximum of 8 damage because of how good your gun is.
Beautiful.
Unless you get a critical. Then you can do more.
Alright, excuse me. I will start picking through my mess. That's a...
Set him down carefully. Just move him to a flat surface and... Well, that's what that is now. You click the table before picking things up when you've highlighted things.
Yeah, forget.
He got 1 success.
Oh... No. My success pile is right here. My failure pile is right there. Is that a 7? I can't read.
It is.
That's a 1.
That is a 1. Don't worry, 1s on golden dice don't cause a crash.
Oh, beautiful. Oh my god, dude, all of my... Those were not mine.
Yeah, those are Spencer's.
So I got 4.
Alright,
So that's
versus
3.
his 1. That's not enough to get a crit, because to get a crit, you have to roll double your opponent's successes, minimum 5. So if you had gotten 5 successes, it would have been a crit.
But he only got 1.
Yeah, but you need double him, minimum 5. So if they roll a 1, you need 5 points. If they roll a 2, you need 5 points. If they roll a 3, you need 6 points.
Oh, and I've only got 4. Oh.
If you buy a success, you can get a crit.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
How much is buying a success cost? 3. Alright. Boop. 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 So now, roll a die for the crit table!
Okay. You know what, Ollie? Hold on. Mwah! Okay, I've kissed it. I want you to roll it for me.
Hang on.
Dude, if you just picked it up and put it back down, I was about to fucking cry. That's a 6.
Disarm. If you are disarming him.
Now. Wait, am I shooting the head out of his arm? Out of his head?
I'm gonna say on an odd, it's a head. On an or no, hang on. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and on a 10 I reroll. It is head, whip, horse.
Okay.
Head, whip, horse. So you deal 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, in 1, 2, 3. Oh no, sorry, no, it's 1, 2. Sorry, hang on. Brain, you got 5 successes versus his 1, so that's 4 plus 2, 6. You deal 7 damage.
I deal 7 damage?
Yes.
Alright.
So,
So what happens?
well,
I disarm him of what?
You just dealt 7 damage to him, so he's got 3 health left. You fire at him. He was like, Alright, so, scene visualization. You hear the sound of the motorcycle in distance. The headless horseman turns in that direction, sort of like being like looking at like, what is that kind of look? They rear back on their horse, whip ready in hand. As you line up your shot, fire, hit him square in the base of his back, like where the tailbone is, and he falls back off the horse, and then the horse freaks out and gallops away.
Alright.
You scared away his horse.
He still has his, hold on 1 second.
Whip and head are both in hand.
1 second.
I'm gonna draw a beautiful artistic rendition of the headless horseman, the Dullahan, on their horse. Are you ready? It's too long. Hang on. I love how I can slightly hear myself through Sleepy's End. There we go. There's the Dullahan.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Oh, you're good? You're back?
Dude, alright, now I'm back.
Okay, we got about 20 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. We can, looks like we can reschedule. This is completely all me.
What, do we need to end?
I mean, if you got 20 minutes, I don't think we've got enough time for much else.
Okay, I guess we're gonna call this.
I don't know what else you had planned,
Yeah, I guess we're gonna call this one a first half of a 2-parter.
Yeah, there we go. That's my bad then.
So those you on YouTube,
I just had like a lot go down, so
it's okay. Well, I'm just gonna give a sign off to the YouTube people. So those of you watching on YouTube, very sorry, but Sleepy has to go, so we're actually going to have to end this session midway through and make it a 2-parter. We'll get it recorded as soon as we can. So, God, sorry people. Keep an eye out for when the second part comes out, whenever that's able to happen.
Yeah.
I hope all of you have enjoyed.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Yeah. Be sure to check out the finale of BioShock goes live today, as well as the second episode of me exploring the alpha of Outer Wilds. And be sure to come back next week for another episode of Hero Infinite. And ta-ta. What?
I'm sure the video heard me.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Anyway,
See all you later. Ta-ta.
goodbye.